Testing 1 2 3. This is TVW slash TheVoltWithin here, and I'm bringing you guys a news video of the Elder Scrolls Online, going over update 12, and as well as the Undaunted addition to what they're going to put into the game. And I'm kind of going to cover some of the cool stuff that I found with this update. There's a lot of stuff to cover, but you can find the rest of this stuff on the forum page of the Elder Scrolls Online. But I'm going to kind of just read over some of the cool updates that I found that I find really interesting. So the first one is that finding or forming a group will be easier than ever, since we're also lifting the alliance restrictions in open world zones. Anytime high level players will even be able to group with friends or who are new to ESO. Anyone below champion 160 will scale so everyone can adventure together. If you prefer to adventure alone, that's okay too. Every zone has been modified to add world bosses and ensure a mixture of content for solo and group play is available. And all of our dungeons now offer both normal and veteran modes, so there will always be something for you, no matter what your play style might be. Now, this is a pretty cool update because, as I was saying before, the problem with Elder Scrolls Online is that the content itself, as far as the PvE aspect of everything, is really kind of dying down to the point where finding groups or anybody to team up and co-op with quests or PvE bosses around the zones and stuff just was really kind of hard to find people, because the group system is still not the greatest, but finding players is still, it still takes some time to find people to get a good team and to find a group that is actually committed to something like this, because sometimes we all love it when we find a group, but everyone is just, they have better stuff to do and they leave, and it just kind of messes up everything in the group process, especially if you're doing one of the harder dungeons. It gets really annoying to that point. But Craglorn is making a return of this update too. And Craglorn has been kind of outdated. It's been not really a purpose to go there, but you know, it says Craglorn, which was originally introduced in 2014 as a group-focused adventure zone, is being redesigned so it will no longer require a group to play. Now you'll find that all the main story quests can be completed solo, and the remaining group content can be completed with as low as 2 players. We want to make sure you can have fun in the zone by yourself, but if you choose, it's also your go-to destination for exciting group content. And Craglorn is going to finally be updated to where people are now given a reason to go there again. Dragonstar Arena is a good example. There's now veteran level 16 weapons that will be pretty good in the game. The only reason why people didn't go to Craglorn DSA or veteran DSA is that the weapons were outdated. You could only get veteran 14 weapons, but now they're going to scale it to veteran 16. So now it's now worth it to get the weapons again, just the fact that the weapons are now scaled to the max level again. And this is probably the coolest update that I found within this patch, is the itemization. For one Tamriel, we've standardized itemization and rewards in all zones, so they feel more like the items you currently receive from DLC game packs. Item sets will now be tied to specific zones and dungeons, and they'll automatically be scaled to your level. Veteran mode dungeons will now guaranteed monster mask rewards, and new streamlined Undaunted pledges will be available to players up to 3 times per day, offering monster masks and other exciting rewards. We'll explain all the itemization changes in more detail in the coming weeks. This is probably the coolest thing they're doing for this patch, and if I'm reading this correctly, it says veteran mode dungeons will now guaranteed monster mask rewards. So I'm assuming that every kill of the boss drops a mask now, because it's guaranteed. So the monster drop of the mask is 100% guaranteed, if I'm reading this correctly, which is really good, because I think with a lot of us, we really dig the loot system as of right now in this game. It's pretty good compared to other games like Destiny, but sometimes it's just kind of annoying when a loot drop of the mask is really rare, and if it's the trait slash the item or armor type that you're not looking for, it could be really disappointing, especially if you killed, let's just say, City of Ash, the last boss, like 20 times, and you're trying to find a medium set, but it gives you a light armor set, it could be very frustrating. But now I'm really glad that it's guaranteed. Granted, you probably still have to, farm until you get the trait you want, so that's still going to be random. But just the fact that the mask is guaranteed is really awesome, because it just makes things a lot easier. I mean, it kind of takes away the looting and just kind of the challenging aspect. Not so much of the challenging aspect of the game, but it kind of, I don't know. I kind of like that they're guaranteeing the drop as far as everything, but I don't know. It just seems like I feel like it's not going to be that much of a big deal, in my personal opinion. But, I don't know. I really like that update. A lot of people could disagree, but also a lot of people could agree that the loot system is kind of garbage when it comes to finding the right type of mask, especially if you don't get the trait you want. Dueling. Another highly anticipated feature we are introducing in Update 12 is the ability to challenge another player to a duel. Test your PvP skills against your friends or try out new builds before diving into battle in Cyrodiil or a dungeon. We'll be giving you more information on our dueling system next week at PAX West 2016. So this is pretty cool. I'm not really a PvP type of guy. I always emphasize this all the time that I am more of a PvE type of player, but this kind of gives more variety and some more dynamics to the PvP content of the game. And I really like the idea of dueling another player. It's pretty cool. I think it's more what's the word? More intimate / more intense, if I can say that, because it kind of gives you kind of the feeling of like Dark Souls, how the PvP kind of was. It was just one player, just you and them going head to head in battle. This is kind of what the idea I'm thinking is, basically kind of like a Dark Souls type of PvP content, which is pretty cool because I do dig the PvP content in Dark Souls. It's really intense and it actually requires a lot of skill. So this might put in some more skill oriented stuff into your playstyle, forcing you to really dig deep as far as how to play your build of your character. So that's pretty cool that they're adding that in the game. There are also other updates into this. Holiday events are also going to make an appearance in this game as well in October for Halloween. But as well, you can find the rest of this update stuff on the Elder Scrolls Online forums page and whatnot. So yeah, guys, that is basically the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long of me going over all this stuff. We're kind of under 8 minutes. That's not that bad. But if you have any questions or comments you want to make of this video, please leave it down below of this video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And as always, guys, this is TVW/TheVoltWithin here, and I'll see you guys on the next video.